gets ready to meet leather. And off we go on EA Sports. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Open man, that's Devontae Smith.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Second and 6. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
The vision and speed, two of the attributes that you might say are important for a free safety, and we saw both in evidence there.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle, because where it goes, that's where you find his body, and he's able to get in there and make a great play.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one better than 20 miles an hour. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Ready, right.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. On the draw, here's Sanders. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing, because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Open man is Stewart. It's complete.
And he's going to have the Falcons first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Desmond Ridder,
his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Falcons will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
That's feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team, because we talk about complementary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
Now a hit and a loose football. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Isaiah Hodgins,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0.
14. Cowboys nothing.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
On one, ready?
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed a maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up.
Here we go.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, Burrow. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Down. 17.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for second and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it third and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They're going to look to throw.
And that'll be caught by the tight end, Keene. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try to run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Got his man. It's London. And he's going to have the Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Almost a yard on the play. And it's third down.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. Third and long. He'll look to throw. This is Smith with a grab. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 14. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Cowboys nothing.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Running right, here's Sanders. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Saw the linebacker, Damone Clark, coming through with a stop.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Here's 2nd and 8. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Falcons are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Sanders is into the end zone. It's a Falcons touchdown. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now 21-0.
Falcons 21. Cowboys nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. That's going to be caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one goes for 24 yards.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Miles Sanders, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons continue to pull away here in this first half. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And it is 28-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
I'm fine, ready?
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12.
Here we go.
The tackle made at the 20-yard line. Brings up third down.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He'll fire this deep for Gallup. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
That looks like it's going to be two empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Burrow going for it on fourth. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marquise Bell. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit. Like, hey, did we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
How about his performance last week? Over 200 yards. I think his decisiveness, one cut and he goes, that's what's really made him pile up the yardage.
And the yardage he piled up last week, easily honored with NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I would have voted for him.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, Big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
On second down, it's Pollard. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
11.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Here we go.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And some room to run now. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Here we go. 11, Thomas. 12.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throwing partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here we go.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
11 MT.
Now it's Burrow. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long. And this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal. Because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
Burrow will throw. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Gun.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets him down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
Now here's Pollard. And he is into the end zone for the Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard with a milestone career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
19-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. That is caught by Stewart. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Here's second and 10 now from the 29. They'll look to throw again.
Throw left side. There's London. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
Back to throw again. Throw left side complete. That's Stewart. Touchdown Falcons. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Falcons would extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Cowboys make over first down at their own 22-yard line.
Here we go.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play.
Well, indeed, try to run it out as they start on the ground.
And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23.
So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First down 10 at their own 29-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Alec Pierce,
71 yards.
and the Cowboys come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter.
Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, That big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Right back to Sanders on first down. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 42 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
2nd and 3. A throw right side caught by Keene. He's got room at the 30. Down the sideline he goes. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 43 yards.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
They'll look to throw. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Makes the score Falcons 42, Cowboys 14.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Cowboys make over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here we go.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Here we go.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play.
On one, right?
But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one, weren't able to do so.
And a ball going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this...
And the ball is knocked out, and the Falcons grab it. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, I mean, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A great play there. His third touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Falcons have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But he's got a man, complete. Touchdown. Alec Pierce with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points. But he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down. With this deficit, he might need to score a couple more times to give them a chance.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They'll drop the throw. Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the 3rd time. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And that's now a half-dozen interceptions for him over the last 2 games. Because CD, remember, he threw 3 in the last ball game and now 3 more here.
And the way that you present it, partner, I'm not sure what sounds worse, right? Half a dozen over the last 2 games or 3 the last game, 3 this game. Either way, it's way too many. And that's something that
he's going to go out of bounds. Gigantic loss. Kept retreating. Steps out. That goes down as a sack and a big loss of yardage.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit. Give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They're certainly hoping that that call now might get the fans back into this one.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. They hand off to their big tight end. Power on power, but he's not going to get in. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Brandon, if I wanted to run the football this close to the goal line, I think I just turn around and hand it to my tailback. Too many things could go wrong in this situation. I think they're fortunate just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Another shot from the one on 2nd and goal.
Burrow going to keep it on the sneak.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown.
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Cowboys take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown.
Partner, that was simply an example of getting low, wasn't it?
It was indeed. And for the quarterbacks, so they get low the line. They did their job. It's the quarterback's job just to find a crease and dive.
Find a crease and just get in there. And ordinarily, you start low yourself, get low behind that offensive line. But sometimes they do such a great job, you can almost fall forward and find the crease for a touchdown.
I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. They hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got him in, complete. Touchdown, Falcons.
Drake London.
49 yards.
And the Falcons get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Well, this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's...
He's got him in, complete.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
11.
Now Burrow. Rush coming, and he's taken down. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Here's Burrow. Under pressure, they got him again. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking him.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Boy, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
And he's going to get this down inside the 40 before he's finally ridden out of bounds. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 54 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
Here we go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A give running left. It's Sanders. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2nd and 5. And that is incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
On play action, they'll throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. There's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Going for the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 65 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows, is having a tough time. That's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching, and there's another 1st down run right there.
And he's got it. And he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Pollard is in. Touchdown, Dallas. Well, he's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other 2/3, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover. In the 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
First down, Falcons.
He'll drop to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Now a carry for Sanders. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Big DeMarcus Lawrence getting in there and bringing him to the ground. The Falcons send out their punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Burrow bats it forward. It's a jet sweep. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 46-yard line.
On 2.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Here we go.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. He's got his man. It's Gallup. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 26.
That's good for our Cowboys. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. This is caught. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Good work there, holding them out on 1st down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Here we go.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. And Burrow going to keep it himself. And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Joe Burrow with now his 2nd touchdown of this third quarter. And the Cowboys have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. Yeah, you got to wait until that ball goes 10 yards. They did not. They hit it before, and that draws the flag every time.
And there's no doubt in my mind that converting an onside kick has never been tougher in the NFL with the new rules. So trying to get it to 10 yards, timing up perfectly, that's tough enough to begin with. But when you go ahead and grab it before it goes, you got no shot then.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Got a man. It's London. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Running on first down is Sanders, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage before he's taken down. A loss of 1.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 37-yard line.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. Another run here with Sanders. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Open man is Stewart. It's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
Faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is of all those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Atlanta, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first one of the season here in Week 4. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll try for a better outcome next week as they head to D.C. to take on the Washington Commanders.